Hey, welcome back to my channel. I was gonna say welcome back to my TV show. Okay, today I'll be talking about season 4 of Insecure with Issa Rae and Yvonne Orji. I haven't watched Insecure in a long time. One, because I didn't have access, but I finally got access to an HBO account. And I want to give my 2 cents about this, just the show overall. So this season, basically Issa's in her bag and she's making moves to actually, be better, do better, live better. She walked away from her job, she quit, she did the Lyft driver gig. She met Nathan. Nathan ghosted her, became Ghost Bae, and then she had a painful breakup basically, and she moved on. And then she reconnected with Lawrence. And they basically got back together. But before they did, they separated. They acknowledged that they had separated. And Lawrence was dating Condola, who goes by so many names, like canola oil. It's crazy. And Condola was someone who basically is in the community. She's a project manager. She helps put on great events. Issa indirectly met Condola before she knew Condola and Lawrence were dating, and basically said, hey, I see that you put on this great event. Can you help me put on a great event? And Condola offered her services, and they basically became friends, helping plan a neighborhood block party situation event for Issa. Like, Issa wanted to do it for the community, and it was great. Think of your local state fair, but for the neighborhood block. Like, it was just amazing. So many performances, vendors, etc. I think it was in Inglewood. And then she basically discovers that Lawrence and Condola are dating, etc. And she's having to deal with it. And Molly is telling her, like, isn't it weird? Isn't it going on? Meanwhile, Issa and Molly are having friend issues. Like, they are literally just out of sync. And Molly is dealing with, work, her relationships, her therapist. It's like she really can't catch a break. She means well, but she seems to kind of miss the mark when it comes to, being unable to balance her career and also her boo, who is amazing. Her boyfriend is literally amazing. He's so kind and patient and gentle, which balances out Molly's energies when she is, boss lady and going hard for etc., which is not bad, but I feel like she doesn't know how to, like, just step back sometimes. Just step back, let this guy, like, show you what's good for a little bit, but I think she's trying her best. But I think after learning what her dad did to her mom, it's just like she really doesn't trust men or doesn't like men. And she's lost a lot of people in her life, Molly. So it's like, dang, is she gonna lose Issa? And I feel like that was basically the overarching theme. Like, are these two friends going to lose their way because they're on different paths? And are these paths so different they can no longer stay connected? But obviously, like, they're in their early 30s and they're thriving adult women, and also they have their own other friendships and lives. Like, one of the ladies, Amanda Seale's character, she is pregnant. She just had a baby, and she's actually dealing with postpartum depression, but we totally missed that. We didn't even see that. And then Kelly is always Kelly, but I feel like she had a better presence this time around. And then Nathan, we learned that he left because he was dealing with some things. He had he's bipolar, so just talking about that was great in the show. And there's a scene where Issa's talking to her brother just about life and everything going on, and Issa actually goes back to her mom and cries. I'm just trying to remember these 30-minute episodes. And there's a powerful scene where Issa's trying to go to an Ethiopian restaurant that is obviously a favorite with her and Molly, but Molly, they're just not talking. They basically stopped talking because at Issa's event that she basically spent the whole series or season planning, Molly and her got into it, and they looked like they were about to throw punches, but then like gunshots went off in the back, and everybody just scrambled and got out. So Issa did accomplish her goal. Like, she threw an amazing event, but there was a lot of tension because Issa needed Molly's help to secure an act, but Issa needed Molly to talk to her boo, Andrew, I believe, and Molly was like throwing out this excuse that she didn't want to interfere with her relationship by asking for this favor, because it honestly felt like she didn't believe in Issa enough, like this was actually going to go through, so she didn't want to jeopardize her relationship, which was already on the rocks, and could have been a quick call, you know, just like, hey, Issa's throwing something, can you help her, yada yada yada, but she didn't want to do that. And I just, at that moment I was like, why is Molly doing this? So Molly asked Nathan to ask his friend Andrew, because they're buddies, they're roommates, they're best friends. And when Molly found out about that, she thought that Issa went behind her back to get her man to help her with this event. And I can see both sides to it, but I feel like Molly really dragged out that situation. It was just a quick favor. Like, it's not like Issa's interested in your boo, like, you know? And then that's why they got into it at the end of her event, because Molly was upset that Issa basically asked her man behind her back for help. And Issa couldn't believe it. Like, what are you upset about? Like, so there's just been tension like this whole time, because they've been saying little things to each other, and it actually hurts their feelings, like just things like, you're messy, or can you actually handle like a boyfriend, or things like, why do you always complain about, etc., etc. So this season is great to see like these issues between these women who, you know, have like, they really respect each other, but they just literally are just out of sync. Like, they're going through it, and the ability to ask for help is very important. Like, Issa is not afraid to ask for help because she really needs the help in order to plan these events and like move forward. But Molly seems to have trouble asking for help, and when she feels like she does, it backfires on her. So it's like she always feels like she has to do things on her own. But that's not even the biggest thing. So there's so many different things that happen over the course of this show, and then just when you think things are going great and Lawrence and Issa, you know, they're gonna make it work, and Lawrence is literally, he has leveled up. He has left a job that basically undervalues him for a better opportunity in San Francisco, and he and Issa are talking about like the possibility of, you know, like, would Issa go out to San Francisco for him, or could they do long distance? Just when you think things are going good, they do a great video shot of this conversation when Lawrence tells Issa that Condola had stopped by. This is like episode 8 or 9, I don't know, but this the way they broke up this scene to focus on the conversation. This is a big conversation Lawrence and Condola had, and then there's another conversation where Lawrence tells Issa about that conversation. And basically Condola is pregnant. She's pregnant and she wants to keep the baby. And Lawrence is like, what? Like, we were just together for a short amount of time. Yeah, like, we did things, and now you have a baby? Like, are you gonna keep it? And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep it. Before I wasn't at the place, I didn't really want to be a mom, but now I do. I'm gonna keep the baby. And now Lawrence is telling Issa what's going on, and Issa's like shook. She's not mad at him, she's just mad at the situation. And I think she's dealing with the fact, like, wow, like, things were just starting to get good, but now I might have to be a stepmom or a girlfriend, and my man has a baby from, like, friend. You know, it's just, that love triangle is just so interesting. And everyone is hating on Condola right now because she ruined a good thing, right? And when it comes to the friendship of Molly and Issa, we're kind of left on a cliffhanger, yeah. Because they're eating together and Molly accidentally texts Issa versus Andrew that she's trying. Like, see, I'm trying, but yada, yada, like it might not be working. I forgot the exact text, and it accidentally goes to Issa, and Issa's like, I don't think this message was for me. And she's like, oh my gosh. And like Issa gets up and leaves because she obviously, her feelings are hurt. Like she knows she's not wanted. So it was just really interesting. The show is really, really interesting. I'm so happy for Issa Rae being able to get this on HBO and the hard work it took. Honestly, anything's possible. And we don't know what's going to happen with their friendship. The first scene in season 4 opens with, you know, like Issa saying, I don't really mess with Molly like that anymore. And it's like, whoa, like their friendship is not the same. What happened? And the rest of the season is going through the layers of what happened, all the different parts and pieces of why their relationship is cracking. And it makes me excited for like life in my 30s, but I also feel like at the end of the day, this is a story about Black female friendships and womanhood, and kind of just stepping into that power of, you know, fulfilling your destiny. And when things hit the fan, how are you going to bounce back and move forward, and realizing like everyone sees things through their lens. They see it through their lens, and it's not about you, but you may be involved. But at the end of the day, you have to kind of recognize what's your North Star and go for it, because no one's going to believe in you if you don't. Like even your closest friends may not believe in you, but is that going to stop you from achieving your goals? You know, like even the closest people around you may applaud you, but they might not think that you're going to make it, or that you would have made it. And if they do believe that, that's awesome. But you have to really believe in yourself. But that's basically my take on the season. I thought it was great, but it definitely, obviously it could have been better. And I forgot to mention how Molly and Andrew took a trip to Mexico. Yeah, and Molly got to meet Andrew's brother. So that was like a little family vacation, but it went south when somebody didn't give Molly a towel, and she was like, it's because I'm Black. And the brother was like, what if it wasn't about race? What if it was just like you didn't have your card? And Molly went off on him, and it was a very situation. It was like because you can see both sides of it, but it's like Molly, it's like I feel like Molly spoke up for herself. It just wasn't handled the best way. Maybe not. And then the brother tried to give him tickets to a basketball game or something, and Molly's like, no, I'm not going. And then her boyfriend's like, so it's always gonna be like that when my brother's involved, you're not gonna want to like meet up with him? And she's like, yeah, probably, like basically. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it's just interesting with race, because I actually like them as a couple, like Black and Asian, like couple, interracial. It's nice to see, but there's a lot of different things going on. So hopefully the next season just goes up a notch in terms of storytelling and content. I think the production is amazing. The way they shoot the film is amazing. The way that Black people are lit in different scenes. Like there's a scene at nighttime when when Issa and Lawrence meet up, and she kind of falls, but like outside of the venue, they look good. They look really, really good. So that is my take on Insecure. If you have anything to add, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Make sure you subscribe and press the bell so you can get my next video. Have a great day.